Good day. We are on lesson 2, and this particular lesson is called Getting to Know InDesign. Okay, so last week we were in InDesign and we were navigating, and it pretty much showed you all the tools, how to go through InDesign, and show you how to like insert objects and text and how to move things around. And this week we're going to be getting to know a little bit more about in depth about InDesign period. So let's jump right into it. I will do this here and share my screen. And by the way, go ahead if you haven't and start and download your files before we do anything. Download your files for lesson 2. And once you do that, we can go through and determine where we need to go from there. So that being said, let me begin. Lesson 2, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And open up the InDesign file. I'm going to close it back out because I had it open at first. So when you get to InDesign, basically what you're going to do is, first of all, lesson 2 folder. You're going to go to the folder after you've downloaded it. And there's a file called 02 start. Let's open up that file. Once you open it up, and we're just waiting right now for it to open up. Give my system a little time here. Like it's opening up another version for some reason. Let me go to the software itself and open it that way. Go to lesson 2, go to 02 to underscore start. And let's begin. So when it first comes up, it's going to say you have issues with links. So what you want to do is you're going to click on the updated modified links. So that way your pictures and whatever else is linking to it will automatically attach to your InDesign file. So now your InDesign file itself, when it has pictures in it, that file is going to actually look for the pictures. And if it's like in a different folder or if it's been moved somewhere else, it's going to ask you, where are these pictures at? And so what you do is you like update modified links, and it's going to put everything in there and attach it to it. So this is what we're looking at right here. And we're going to be working with the Edible Blossoms file, cafe and bar. We're going to, when you finish with everything, moving things around and placing everything in its proper place, the file is going to look like this. So if you want to open up the file called 0_n, this is what you'll be opening up. Update modify links. And this is what the end file is going to look like right here. So once we get through putting everything in here, your file should look exactly like this. Okay, so let's go back to the 0_ start. And let's begin to follow the lessons in the book. So by the way, since you're not here right now or tonight, what I'm going to have you to do is use this particular lesson as our first apply your knowledge assignment. And so I'll be placing that on Brightspace either late tonight or first thing in the morning once we're done with the lesson itself. Okay, so let's get started. So this lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the type and the style text, important graphics, adding a QR code moving, rotating, filling, and also placing a stroke on some of the items. And we're going to also preview the document in presentation mode. So let's go down and let's go through our lesson. Let's get started with this. And what we're going to do first is we got the file open. We got everything that we need right now in order to get started. And we've seen the end file. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that screen is normal. So we're in normal mode right now. And the first thing we want to do actually is make sure we have our grids and our guides on. And so the way we would show the grids, we'll go to View, and we'll go to Grids and Guides, and we want to make sure we show our guides. So the guides, you can actually, if you want to pull a guide from any one of these ruler sides, which up and bottom on the side, or from the top, you can. You can pull a ruler from here, click, hold, and just drag down, and you can bring a guide from right here, or you can also pull it from the side, just click, hold, and drag on this ruler, and in the middle of the document, it will snap. But right now, as you see, we have guides right here and right here already on here. And when they first created the document, we have a boundary, a margin line, which is just right here, around here. So as you're coming more and more familiar with InDesign itself, you'll be able to see how things will progress even what you're learning based on everything, all the tools and access you have to them. And so let's just show the hidden characters, because some of the characters you will see are hidden. And so in order for you to see the hidden characters, you want to go to choose type and go down to show the hidden characters. Which is at the very bottom here. And so as you see here, these characters, when you print this document off, this is actually a 6 by 4.25 inch, looks like a postcard. And you can tell the size that it is um, based on the guide options and the layout itself. So in order to find out what size the document is, you go to document setup, and you see right here that the size of the document is 6 inches by 4 1/4 of an inch. So this is almost postcard size. Most postcards, standard postcards, are like 6 by 4. This one here is 6 by 4 1/4. And when you put on to show the characters under the view, under type, and show your hidden characters, this like here's a hard return. So a hard return actually basically, if you were to, if this was on one line, the hidden blocks for on one line, instead of you hitting enter, it would show this right here, the paragraph symbol right here. So instead of hitting just enter itself, you will hold your shift key down and then hit enter, and that will give it a hard return. Most hard returns, it gives you it moves down your text to next line, but it moves it a lot closer. So there won't be a little gap in between there. So this is the paragraph line. And if you look real carefully, right here in the middle, in between every letter, there is a blue dot, and the blue dot represents a space. And so that's what mostly the hidden characters mean. This right here means this link right here. This means this is linked to a picture. this number sign right here. It means that there is text in this particular box, or text can go in that box. This is the edge of the box right here. And like I said, the space in the characters, there's just hidden dots right there. So let's remove the characters. We go back to type, and we go to hide all hidden characters. And that's how it will look once you get it printed. Let's go to the next step. Now we want to add some text. So what you want to do with your type tool, we have the cafe and bar. So instead of cafe and bar, we want to change the cafe to bistro. Now, if you're not using your keyboard shortcuts, I would suggest that you do. If you're using, and hopefully most of you all have a PC, you're working with a PC. If you're working on a PC, to zoom in, you can use this zoom tool, or you can hit Alt, hold your key down, and then roll your mouse up. And for me to pan around, of course, if you're going to pan around, you can use this hand tool, or if you hit your space bar, anytime you hit your space bar, it will give you the hand tool to zoom in on what you're trying to actually create and revise and fix. So instead of cafe, we're gonna actually put it instead of cafe, we're gonna add bistro. And bistro, we add that right there. And just use your text tool, click inside, add bistro. Undo that again so you can see that again. Undo the typing. And you would go to your text tool right here. Click behind the C. You can delete it. You can select all of it and hit delete, or you can just hit it behind the C and delete it from there. And put bistro and bar. Now, what we also want to do, and most of the text that we'll be displaying in our lessons, they will be Myriad Pro. Myriad Pro is like on all systems, because most time, if you are working with a text or a font that is exclusive to your system, but it's 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be on everybody else's system when it comes to working with the text itself. So a safe font to work with on just about every system is Myriad Pro or either Arial. In this case, we're going to use the Myriad Pro in order to complete our assignments. So, and how can you tell what kind of font you have? You can go to type, you can go to font, and these are the actual fonts right here. But you can also go to your character tool, which if you don't see your character tool, you can always go to view, and you would go to your type tool is in here. Let's see what we have over here first. What's the link to? Go to view. And we want to go to, let's go to window. Yeah, Windows. It's in Windows, then we go to tools, types and tables, and then we'll go to characters. So I would suggest that if you want to, change your fonts out often or change the styles on them, go to window, open up your characters window, and move it under here on the properties or either over here, either one. I prefer to put it over here, so we're going to put it here. And you can tell what kind of font you have by clicking on it, and it will tell you right here. This is Myriad Pro Bold, 44 points. This piece from bar, Myriad Pro 15 points, and so on and so on. So now, if we have options for styling and placing text, this is what we're actually looking at. Now let's go to flowing text. We have two. I'm gonna collapse this real quick. We have two boxes down here, and what we want to do is we want to put some text right here. And with this box, if the all the text doesn't fit right here, we want to go to this next box over here. Now, how do we do that? It's called flowing text. Let's do this here. Let's go and get the text first, and we're going to go to our back to our lesson 2 folder, and there is a file in here. It's a Word document called Bistro. So if we double click on that, this is the text that we want to put in there. So let me give you a little time to open that up. So once you've opened that up, you can hit Control A, Control A to select it all, or just simply select it all, or just select it all, and make sure you hit copy. I like to right click. Like to use keyboard shortcuts. Right click, copy, and then go back into InDesign. Use your text tool. Place your text tool in the first box, and then edit and then paste it in there. Now, once you paste your text in here, what's going to happen is there's not enough room for everything that was in this Word document to go in there. So you'll always see this little box here, and this box indicates saying that you have too much text. There's some additional text under here. So this was all we were able to get in there at first. So in order to make this text box flow to this text box, you would click this red box with the plus in the middle, click it, and then now you see this text is asking you, this section, when you see it like this here, is asking you, where should I place this text to let the excess text go? You just simply click on this box right here, and it takes everything to this side right here. Now, when the text is too much, what you'll do is you can click inside the text box, which you're using your text tool, and I like to hit Control A, so you can go to select all, and it'll select all the text, and then we can change it to a point size where everything can flow in there without us seeing this overflow text symbol right here. So let's take it down to 9 points and see how much we're getting there then. 9 doesn't work. We can go down to 8. And as we see, we have everything in there. So now we've got all of our text in there because now it's no longer showing the red text box right here that says, hey, you got excess text right now. So 9 points, 8 points works perfectly for this particular these two text boxes to have all that stuff in there. So now we got the text in there. Let's go ahead and start styling our text. So since we've got all our text in there now, we can start to format it and apply our character style. So in this case, what we want to do is we want to make this text right here the same color as this text right here. Now, how can we tell what color it is? This text. We want to make it the same exact green. Just start in small plates and the entrees and desserts. We want to make this text, the same color as the green of this text right here. So how can we tell? We just simply select the text, or we can just click on it anywhere right here. And right here, this text tool, this color text tool, you can double click on it and it will give us this hexadecimal number right here. So this is the color green. So you can either put in the RGB color, the CMYK color, or I like to just use this right here. Click on select it, copy it, or right click and copy. Hit cancel. Select the text that we want the color. Double click back on the text tool again and replace it with that color green. So as we see, once we replace it, it gives it the same color green as that right there. And we can also do the same for the entrees and desserts. Select the text, click on the type tool, double click on it, paste it in there, that color, which is 6C8D3B, hit OK. Now, we want it to stand out just a little bit more by making this particular text bold right here. So we can just simply select this, and instead of it being Myriad Pro, it's Myriad Pro Regular. We can make it bold. And let's do the same thing for the entrees and desserts. Myriad Pro Regular, and we will make it bold. Now, what we also want to do is we want to make sure that the items that are in parentheses, the V here, and also the V and the GF here, we want to make sure these are italicized. So simple, just select that portion right there. Go back to your character palette. Instead of hitting regular, we will go italics. And the same thing here. Where will we see that? We just want to make it italics. Myriad Pro, italics. And also under the entrees and desserts, we want to hit italicize that. And at the bottom there, entrees and desserts, we want to make that italicized as well. Now, one more thing we want to do is we want to, instead of there being a space in between the stars and small plates, we want to make sure it's directly under there. And that's with both of them, the stars and small plates, as well as the entrees and desserts. So if you backspace it and you hit return, it's going to leave a space in between there. But now if you do a hard return, so let's go back up, let's hit backspace again. A hard return requires you to hold your shift key down and then hit enter. And it's going to take it directly to the next slide. So we did a hard space on that one. Let's do a hard return on this one as well. So we're going to backspace, hold your shift key down, hit enter, and the text will go directly under the title. So we'll give you a little time to do that. Next, you see our little postcard is progressing already. And I'm just kind of simply just flowing through this because I want to just into the instruction guide as well. A little bit more time on that. Okay, let's do this here. Let's put a picture. And we, like I said, we want our the end game to look like this right here at the end. So you can go back and forth and make sure that everything is beginning to look like this right here. And like I said, I want you to read all instructions. And at the end of the day, I want you to make sure your postcard looks just like this here. And like I said, I'm going through some of the things, but I'm going to let you figure out some things as I go through some of these tips and lessons itself. So now what we also want to do is we want to make sure that we select this last part and make sure it's the same color as this maroon color up here, this red color up here. So how we do that, make this red right here. We'll do the same thing we did with this green right here. So you select it. You can either click right here or double click right here, and it'll give you the hexadecimal number right here. Copy that, right click copy, cancel that, select this text right here, double click back on the text tool itself, go back to the hexadecimal number, and hit Control V or right click and hit paste. And it'll give you the same color. Let's add a picture right here. As we see, we have a picture right here. So let's go ahead and let's add a picture and put it right here. And by the way, this is something I failed to mention. We want to make sure that we save this as we go. You just never know what will happen to technology these days. When you're in the middle of something and something goes down, the power may go off. You know, your laptop could still be working, or something may happen where your laptop freezes. You want to make sure that you save everything. So before we do anything else, let's go to File. Let's do a Save As, because what we want to do is we want to keep the original file, and we want to name it 02 postcard, 02 underscore postcard, and hit save. Now, of course, as you know, or probably know, that from now on, anytime you make a change, you have to have a good practice of going to File, Save, or you can hit Control V as in Victor, or be Control S, and that will save it for you as well. So it's good to have those keyboard shortcuts on you. And we're going to add a picture. And the way we would add a picture is we will go to our picture tool right here where it says ellipse frame. It may be an ellipse frame, but if you click on this lower right-hand corner of this button right here, we'll hit the rectangle frame. So if we click on that, it's going to ask us, it's going to have a little arrow in the lower right-hand corner of it. You just want to click, hold, and drag the window. It doesn't have to be inside in particular right now if you're dragging, but in order to make the right size that you want it to be, it will let you determine that size in the properties panel. Now, so the size of our picture is going to be 2.5417. And so we'll go right here. And the height of it is going to be, that's the width from this end to this end. It's going to be 2.5417. And then the height is going to be 1.5594. So it's 1.5594. Hit enter. And it's going to automatically adjust your box accordingly. Now, the reason being, and let's go to our folder. We're going to actually be putting one of these pictures in that particular box right there. So the picture we're going to be putting there is And you can always see the view it and see large icons. I'm gonna put the dining room JPEG in there. So there are a couple of different ways how you can insert a picture into this box right here. I like to use the keyboard shortcut Control D, which is the place. So place and link, or just place Control D, which is place. So we can place, and once we click on dining room, select it, open it, and now it's going to ask you where to put it. So it's putting it right here. And once you go through the book, it's going to show you how to scale it down, and you can go from there. So now I've gotten you through the first half of this lesson. And so what I want you to do now is to go through the book, go through all of the lessons that we have here to determine how to actually fix this, how to actually get the rest of this document, this file, this postcard to look exactly like this right here. And once we get to class on next week, we're going to have a lecture, kind of like reviewing it, seeing what you have done in that. And we will also, this will be required to be done by this Sunday before midnight, Monday morning. If you have any questions, any ideas, anything that you're having problem with in regards to just trying to work through the exercise itself, please feel free, email me, communicate with me, message me, and let me know if you're having problems with any of those. And I will be, like I said, this will be your assignment, your apply your knowledge, this particular lesson to finish up by Sunday. And once you finish your lesson, I would love for you to, number one, send me the PDF file, send me the actual file, the InDesign file with the linked pictures to it, and I would like for you to zip them up. Now, if you don't know how to zip up files, let me know. Should be in the lesson itself. If you're having problems with that, let me know, and we can move forward as far as helping you getting your lesson complete. Go ahead and finish this up, and then we will talk to you sometime this week or either first thing on next week. Okay, goodbye.